Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Audio for Nobody. We realize that there are quite a few different types of audio connections out there, so we hope this video can better show you the various connections, how they look, and what they do. We would broadly categorize them into two different groups, the day-to-day you and I, also known as the consumers, and the types used in the professional realm. So we identified about 4 common types of audio connectors that you would come across while trying to set up your home theater system, or maybe a new speaker for your computer. They are the 3.5mm jack, the Toslink, the RCA cable, and last but not least, the USB. In the professional realm, the two most common connectors found at the end of devices or cables are the XLR and the 1/4" connectors. The 3.5mm jack is possibly the most common audio connection. It can be found on phones, laptops, computers, and many devices. An illustration we have here is a Bluetooth bookshelf speaker that I have, and I use it to connect with my home desktop. As you can see, it comes with an RCA connection, demarcated by the red and white connector, to be connected on the speaker end, and it has a 3.5mm connector, the black one, to connect to my home computer. Another connector is known as the Toslink. This is also known as optical audio, originally created by Toshiba, and uses a fiber optic transmission system. We see less of this format today, but is sometimes used as an alternative to audio embedded in your HDMI connections. RCA connectors, also known as phono jacks to some people, is probably one of the most common connectors that we usually see or work with growing up. They can be found in many home theater speaker systems, amplifiers, TVs before the invention of HDMI cables, and gaming consoles. As shown earlier, the same bookshelf speakers that I have can be used to showcase the red and white RCA connectors in this case. Last but not least would be the USB connection. Here, I have a USB microphone that I use for my gaming stream. As you can see, the bottom of the mic has a USB-B, also known as a printer connection, and at the other end of the cable is a typical USB-A connector that connects to your phone, laptop, computer, a simple plug-and-play device. Now let's talk a little bit about what connections you might find yourself using when you start to use those equipments that professionals use, like an audio interface or those condenser microphones you find in studios. The XLR connector is most commonly used between audio devices such as speakers, microphones, consoles, and audio interfaces. It has 3 pins forming a triangle shape, and there's a gender involved. It can be male or female, usually denoting whether the audio is going to the device or coming out of the device. In this illustration, I will show you a simple setup of a speaker, a microphone, and an audio interface to allow you to do a simple recording on your computer or laptop. You would probably notice a slight difference in the rear audio connection between this speaker and the earlier example. Can you identify the 3 pins forming a triangle shape? Now let's have a look at the microphone. This time we are not using a USB version, but an XLR condenser. As you can see from the bottom, it's the same connection, only that this is a male connector. So in order for your computer to pick up the signal, we need to connect the microphone to the audio interface. I have another video that touches on that setup, so we'll leave it as it is for now. It is quite easy to tell the difference between the male and female connection of the XLR. The male is on the right side of the picture and the female is the one on the left. 1/4" connections are called the way they are because of the size of the connectors. There are 2 kinds of 1/4" connectors, the TS and the TRS. In this illustration, we look at the TS connection. TS stands for tip and sleeve, usually used with instruments like an electric guitar. The audio signal is unbalanced. The second more commonly used type is the TRS, tip, ring, and sleeve. As you can see, the difference is that there are two rings on the connectors. Usually this means that the signal is balanced. This is not to be confused with a stereo connection. Going back to our setup, the 1/4 inch TRS is an alternative to XLR connections for mics, speakers, and other analog audio devices. In this instance, we are connecting the outputs of the audio interface to our speakers via the 1/4 inch TRS connector. Well, that's all for today. We hope this session was informative and meaningful. And for more setup videos, follow and subscribe to our channels and click the links below to find out more. Thank you.